कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भू मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि.
Okay. So you are one packet, I'm one packet, you are another packet. And these are units, different.
And all packets are different in level of coherence. The word in scientific
coherence is the right word.
So yeah, coherence is the right word. So people are partial coherence. So partial coherence is Jivatma. Perfect coherence is Paramatma. Like okay, like so that is the point. Like so, different beings are at different levels. First, Vedic has got this concept very clear, which is not clear in any other thing. That beings are at different levels of coherence, and so that's why there is a question of concept of higher and lower in Vedic, which is being taken away in this world completely. Everyone is equal. Okay.
But energy always flows from the higher potential to the lower potential.
Yes. So that's why. But the concept which is being spread around this world, which is non-Vedic, which is not true, is that everyone is equal.
Yes.
It is never going to be.
There is no like Marxism and communism in Vedic system.
There is none. There is nobody's equal. There are beings who can create whole worlds like Prithvi. They can create whole lok like this, and there are beings who cannot even create anything. Okay,
so God is not color. God is not coming here in a wearing certain uniform. It is very colorful. Different colors.
Yes. I mean, and beings don't understand the level difference, and until the concept of higher and lower, then that's the whole point of understanding seventh house.
Yes.
In Vedic also, seventh house is to deal with higher, actually. Okay, so that's where I'll come to another question of yours about Venus.
Yes.
You asked me about Venus. Okay, why do I make Venus's role important? Okay, in any of these things. Okay, I'm going to come to that question.
I'm coming to gradually to that.
Okay, yes, because we come to seventh house.
We started with ascendant, and ascendant so now start with the fiery sign, and we said that this is the Dharma Trikon 159.
Yes.
And the element of Dharma Trikon is considered is a fire. Fire.
Yes. No, like we will go into that first. First house is Karaka is sun. You know that. It's Karaka. Okay, so that is your self. Okay, that thing. Yes. Now I will tell you why seventh becomes important. Okay, when? Okay, seventh Karaka is Venus. Venus is the Karaka. Yes. Seventh. You know that. Okay, so it's so Venus is about relating to higher. Okay, you are a being now. Okay, now someone comes in front of you. Okay, now you have to know whether this being is higher than me, lower than me, or the same as me. You have to make this calculation. Okay, and accordingly you have to behave with that being. Okay, you have to behave with that being. Okay, sun has pride. Sun by itself has pride, right? It's a proud thing. Now Venus makes you sublimate that pride in front of higher. If you misbehave in front of higher, so that is the whole. Or if you take out any Vedic text, any story, any that thing, main thing would be how was the behavior of whom towards whom. That's the core essence of everything. Now Venus will always teach you like its final, Venus's final form is Lakshmi.
Yeah.
Okay. Which finally is doing Narayan's feet. Okay. So that is relating to Narayan. Okay, in service of Narayan. Okay, so my point is that's why Venus gets exalted in Pisces. Okay, now my point is that this whole correlationship between your being and some other being is very important when you have to come to behavior, and that's what Venus is about. Okay, how are you going to behave? Okay,
Venus is all about relationship.
About how you're going to behave, because you are not alone in this multiverse. There are other beings. And you will come across those beings. It's inevitable that as a being, you will come across other beings. Okay, that's inevitable. You cannot run away from this fact. Now, point is, what are you going to do? What are you going to do exactly? So that whole dealings with higher and the whole, that's what stops. In fact, like that's what I was tell people all the time. Like, what's the difference between beings who are stuck here on this plane, earth plane? Why can't they go to heaven? What is stopping people who are here, beings who are here, to go into heaven? Because heaven, once you go to heaven, you have to know correct behavior. If you don't have proper behavior, you will not last 5 minutes out there. You will be thrown within 5 minutes. In earth, you can get away. You can misbehave out here. You don't get thrown out from earth just by misbehaving. This plane is more easy. Their rules are stricter. The more higher you go, the rules get more stricter. Rules of what? Rules of behavior. Like out here, you can say anything against any higher being, which is higher being, and you can say anything. There is no legal law against you saying anything. There's no problem. It does not matter out here. But in heaven it matters. Like you cannot do that. Okay. So this whole concept, which comes from, that is where Venus comes into play. So like every energy first in Vedic terms is useful. All grahas are useful grahas. Like you can't say this is this or this is, there's no villains in Vedic. Saturn is not a villain, Venus is not a villain, Rahu is not a villain, Ketu is not a villain, Sun is not a villain,
It is
Mars.
like that. Suppose one person is very gentle and another is scoundrel, and if you're dropping these two people from 100-floor building, and gravitational force is not going to play any.
Yeah. First,
be applicable.
First, people have to learn about Vedic, that there are no villains in Vedic.
Yeah, true.
There are no villains in Vedic, and all grahas, like that's why Sun is not. I mean, Sun is very important. I've even put a book on Sun. I have not made a book on Venus, so it's not like that thing on Venus.
I've gone through that book.
But I've not put a book out on Venus. Okay, it's not like I'm giving priority to Venus or any such thing. I've not done any such thing. Like, but my point is this: even Sun is not Mokshkarak. Sun is not Mokshkarak. Ketu is. If Sun is Spirit Karak, your first house Karak, but he's not Mokshkarak.
The intrinsic nature of the Sun is dharma.
Yeah.
It is dharma. Your very intrinsic nature is dharma.
Yeah.
Dharma is not like this. Dharma.
Yeah, dharma,
because
but
Sun gets exalted from
lead,
its Mool Trikon Rashi in the 9th house.
But dharma should not lead to ego.
Yeah.
If somebody is steadfast in dharma and that leads to ego, then still moksha won't happen. My point is, that's why Ketu is more important in that. Like Ketu is Mokshkarak, not Sun. Okay. So there is some understanding to that, because you have to rise above that arrogance which Sun can give. That ego.
Okay. Arrogant is not the right word, because
which is what leads, what happens. I mean, you see
Sun
people.
is your consciousness, actually.
Yeah. No, but consciousness is different. Like, consciousness is different. Okay. Like even when you have beingness, Sun is your beingness.
Beingness.
Okay, but your beingness has got everything: consciousness, mind, body, everything. Like this whole package.
Yeah.
Okay, now you have this whole package, but you still have to know what is its limitations.
Yeah.
What is the limitation of your package? Okay, and if you go beyond that, if you don't understand the limitations of that, which Saturn tells you, what the limitations are. Okay, so that's why that's why it's not like that only beings who have Leo ascendant will gain that thing. That's not like in Jyotish or by Rishis, Leo ascendant is not considered any different from others, or having any special powers too, because it's ruled by Sun. Okay, so then it should be something special, but it is not. There must be a reason for that. Okay, because point is, like, if you get proud unnecessarily beyond that thing, and whenever that has happened to beings like Ravan or any different beings, they have overreached themselves. Duryodhana or anyone, that has been a problem. It's not a.
But Prashant, what my understanding is that whatever questions right now I'm asking to you, I haven't read anything anywhere. These are my truths. That's why I just
Yeah, but,
really came
but
across.
that's why I'm trying to answer you, like, because you come from an
So
astrological point of view.
here here we are discussing Sun and Venus. Suppose Vedic, all the Vedic texts, the very ancient texts on this planet, it is a Rig Veda. The first verse in Rig Veda is starts with the worship of the Agni. There is a verse, Agni mile purohitam yagyasya deva mrutyajam hotaram ratnadhatamam. They are worshipping, first it is a fire.
Yes.
Veda starts with the fire. First
The
worship
fire, okay.
is a fire. Okay.
Fire, okay.
And sun.
And I will want to say something on this, because once you say that sentence, I want to say that all grahas have fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their own fire. Shani has its own fire.
Yeah.
Sun has its own fire. Venus has its own fire.
Yes.
Mars has
What
its own,
means
yeah.
fire is something very important. Veda
Fire
is
is because
considering somewhere giving emphasis on fire. Okay.
Fire, because that is the root core of all fires, which is called Yaralava Sashaha.
Yeah.
Yaralava Sashaha are all fires.
All fires. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm coming to that.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
We start with the worship of the fire. And
Yes.
in the if you go to the text of Bhagavad Gita, what is my understanding? Maybe I'm wrong, but what I have deciphered, Krishna in the beginning, when in the second chapter, when this Arjuna was asking that why you are just compelling me to do this karma, and there are any other methods. There are so many things that I can do apart from going into this war.
Battle.
So he said that there are two primordial methods which is given by me. One is Sankhya and another is Yoga. There's two different. And now I'm coming to, there is a method of Venus and there is a method of Sun. When you say that the Yoga, then the fourth chapter he's saying that
Yog, not yoga, yog.
Yeah, I'm using that term. He's in the fourth chapter. Ivam vivasvate yogam proktavan ahamavvayam. Vivasvan manave praha manurikshvakave bravid. Evam parampara praptam nimam rajarashayo vidu. Sakale neha mahata yogo nasta parantapa. Sa evayam mayatid yoga prokta puratana. Bhakto sime sakacheti rahasyam hetaduttam. That yoga I have given to the sun. Why not I have given to the Saturn? Why not I have given to the Venus? Why I have given this yoga to the sun? And he's using the particular name. He's not saying the Surya. He's saying that the Vivaswan. He's using the word Vivaswan. So that yoga, that and sun has given, that sun pass on this knowledge to the sun. Is sun ka sun jo hai, Vivasvat Manu ko diya. Sun has given that knowledge to the Manu, and Manu has given to the Ishvak, and Ishvak has given to the Raj Rishis, and finally he went to the public or normal people, and he's lost in antiquity. And that yoga, same yoga I'm giving to you. Then Arjuna says that your birth is very modern and sun is very ancient. How come I can understand? Kathametad vijaniyam tamado proktavan.
Yes, I know of that, all that whole episode. I know about that episode.
No, I'm just giving my emphasis on that. What is my understanding? Yoga means nothing. It is just connecting your soul to the sun. And there is another method when he's using the word Brahma. And there is another word is Nirvana. They are not the two same thing. They are not representing the two same things. Nirvana, the method of Buddha, first time Buddha on this planet, he used this word Nirvana. He is the method of Nirvana. Buddha used the method of negation. Suppose I'm saying that this is my hand, but I am not this. This is my mind, but this is not Neti. I'm not that, I'm not that. And finally he came to the final conclusion that there is a big zero, that is nothingness. Buddha realized that nothingness. And somethingness is the Brahman. Something. There is two methods. Either you have to realize the positive way.
I will explain on that as well. Both. Finally, what I consider in all of this, that all of this is the same thing. Everything actually appears different. Sankhya, for example.
They are paradoxical. I'm not saying that contradictory.
But contradictory, it seems to normal minds, it might seem contradictory. But once you achieve a perspective, you find that they are all exactly the same things. Like, for example, Surya is the Karaka for first house. Okay. Now, whatever your body basic discipline is, whatever your body will come under sun.
Yeah.
Now, knowledge of that everyone should have.
Yeah.
How to deal with a human body yourself out here right now, your first house, everyone should have that knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is a basic core knowledge. And that will obviously come from divine only at some. And it is coming through the Surya into your first house. It is actually coming into you directly. But that is the knowledge which has to be taught. That's why I always say that is the first knowledge which should be taught to anyone.
Yeah.
Before they are taught even ABCD or Kakha Gaga. What I'm saying is that is a more basic knowledge.